Oh, Nishida again in the corner. Now make that his third three-point field goal as he extends it to an 8-point lead. Ichiba will fire one back. Not going to go as Harrar can't contest for the rebound. You feel the momentum just dwindling away as a big move by Satoshi Nagano. And back to a double-digit lead for Mikawa Seahorses. Well, this is where they got to try to build something. Another shot goes flying. No hope at the moment here for Hokkaido. They'll push this one. Suda, 3. And touches nothing. Well, they had the offensive board. They could have gone right back up with it. Well, Nagano finds Nishida. He's been on fire, and that's a little too short. But this time, Ichiba comes up with it. Hokkaido's got to build momentum. Full court pass ahead, but misses. No foul called. And a wasted transition is now Mikawa. But a foul is going to be called on the ground, deliberately stopping Devontae Gardner. But you got to make this. Simple as that. You got to finish. But it was actually a good block from behind from Devontae Gardner. Well, Gohei Sekino is going to come back in the line. Now, problems could become worse here for LEVANGA Hokkaido. As Jake Layman, 9 points this evening, back in the game. The second leading scorer for Mikawa. Of course, former NBA player with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Layman straight off the bench. But Shafik comes in with the tip-in. Well, Mikawa just having their way at the moment. Getting everything and anything they want. He needs to take off the ball screen. Still trying to keep this one alive. Ichiba scoring the last field goal here for LEVANGA. Little teardrop beats the buzzer. Well, they needed that one. Hokkaido don't want this to get too big. They've got to get it back to single digits. Layman goes right at Ichiba. Draws a foul. I think that's going to be a free throw. Well, here's the great take by Shuto Ichiba. The hesitation. Well, a timeout called. Both teams will talk it over. 3:34 to go here in the third quarter. Mikawa Seahorses lead by 10 against LEVANGA Hokkaido. Well, free throws coming up here for Jake Layman. He can't become the third Mikawa Seahorses player to get into double figures. Because right now, Satoshi Nagano's second leading scorer at 12, while Yudai Nishida is currently 3 out of 5 from the perimeter. He has 14 points. Layman now becomes third player in double figures. There's Dwight Ramos. Now, he went out of the game because it looked like he rolled his ankle. I don't know if he's going to come back into the lineup. 12-point lead currently here to Mikawa. Both teams looking not only to be B.LEAGUE playoff contenders, but maybe championship contenders who hopefully can make it to the Yokohama Arena for the B.LEAGUE finals. Okafor goes in, bullies his way. Well, they don't get him enough looks in the paint. Okafor now up to 12 points. Layman kicks out. This is good passing. Gardner goes in for a little tip. It's an offensive rebound. And right now, the size advantage with both Devontae Gardner and Jake Layman, as well as Avi Schaffer. It's a big lineup for Mikawa. The foul is going to be called against Devontae Gardner. Well, that's only going to be Gardner's second personal foul. Shuto Ichiba goes into the advertisement board. Well, welcome to Cristela Sion. Go Papa St. Dwight. Unfortunately, Papa St. Dwight is on the bench because I believe it's a twisted ankle. I'll try to keep you updated on that, but hopefully he's going to be okay. Now I believe the foul is on Yoshiaki Kubota. LEVANGA getting caught in double teams. Good defensive work. And that's going to be a turnover. Well, without Keisei Tominaga, without Dwight Ramos, the backcourt for LEVANGA looking very vulnerable indeed. Point Mikawa lead. This has been a huge third quarter for them. Gardner fires up another one. This time they're unable to get the offensive board. McCann Ichiba finds Harrar, goes in, but misses the wide open layup. Well, you've got to be able to make those ones. That's imperative. Layman's made 2 threes. Making 3 as now he becomes their leading scorer tonight with 13. Well, correction, second leading scorer still behind Yudai Nishida. LEVANGA will try a quick one in the corner. That one's beautifully tucked away. Well, Hiroto Kikuchi. Back to a 12-point deficit. Layman's made 3 threes. And he is on fire. Oh, why would you leave him wide open in the corner? Now he is leading scorer tonight with 16. LEVANGA can go for another one. That's not going to go, but Harrar gathers the offensive board. There's the cut. Little circus shot goes up. The prayer is answered. And who else? Yet again, Hiroto Kikuchi here for Hokkaido. Well, Layman throws it away. Hokkaido almost turned it over. Ichiba will go for a quick 3. Wow, just too quick of a shot, I think. Potential 2 for 1 coming up for Mikawa Seahorses. Avi Schaffer comes and sets a high screen. Yoshiaki Kubota gives this one up. Another 3 here from Mikawa. Rebound falling in the hands. Now they can go for the last shot. There's 2 seconds difference. But they'll go themselves. Not only do they give up the last shot, they now give it here for Mikawa. And Mikawa go for a quick 3. Well, he had to make that one. And a poor transition shot turns into a bigger deficit. Foul is going to be called on the ground. That foul is on Yoshiaki Kubota. Well, there was the kick out. There was the three in transition. Well, neatly tucked away by Ryogo Sumino. Ichiba quick catch and shoot. Three is up, no good. But Harrar goes in for the offensive board as he cuts it down to a 14-point deficit. And we head into the final 10. Live here on the island of Hokkaido in the city of Sapporo. The two teams sitting in third place of both the East and the Western Conference of the B.LEAGUE will play 10 final minutes. Well, here we go, fans. 10 final minutes. LEVANGA down by 14. Still no Keisei Tominaga here in the lineup. Remember, Dwight Ramos had to be sidelined due to the ankle injury. Harrar fakes a handoff. No teardrop again, just way too short. Well, that foul's going to be called against Hiroto Kikuchi, who did have 5 points in that third quarter. But they have struggled immensely. Yoshiaki Kubota, primary point guard. The Spain stack pick and roll here set by Mikawa. The kick out to Aaron White. Quick catch and shoot from the three-point line. The rebound has been secured. A good defense by Devontae Gardner. Goes out of bounds. And it took a last touch off of Yu Kibayashi. Without Keisei Tominaga, without Dwight Ramos. A lot of offensive futility here in the case of LEVANGA Hokkaido. Well, Ramos is back. So that's a positive sign. Double high screen coming at the moment. Wide pump fakes. But loses control, and he was wide open. But it's Dwight Ramos. Quickly coming out and switching. Forcing White into the tough situation that caused the turnover. Still a 14-point deficit. Another kick out, another three. And they just won't drop here for LEVANGA. And that was a good look for Hiroto Kikuchi. Oh, looking for an ISO is Kubota. Unable to get it, but the rebound tipped away. Can LEVANGA build something? Almost finds Yahil Okafor. One thing LEVANGA's not been able to do is find Okafor in the paint a lot tonight. Kubota, good defense. The foul is going to be called on the ground. Or have they called a jump ball? Well, Tominaga is going to come back into the game. They need some big offense here from him because they had one of the biggest comebacks this year against Hiroshima. Can they get something similar tonight? Tominaga finds Okafor. Kicks out. Ichiba, another three. Nothing dropping. Oh, White goes for a quick one. It's another offensive rebound as Shaffer comes up with it. Now Layman. Time winding down as now Kubota penetrates, but a foul is going to be called against Shuto Ichiba. It was tough to see what happened here, but Kubota's on the ground. Well, they're going to go to the monitors to review this to see if a potential upgrade needs to take place. Let's have a look at the replay to find out. Watch Shuto Ichiba. What's a foul? No doubt about it. It's the fact that Yoshiaki Kubota goes in the back of the head to the padding of the basket, but it's a foul. Now, if you want to upgrade that, I would be surprised. Oh, okay. So they have deemed the swipe as unnecessary, and this means it's going to be 2 free throws coming up here for Yoshiaki Kubota. And Mikawa Seahorses are going to retain this. Well, the unsportsmanlike free throws will be shot by Kubota. He missed the first one. Because the area I was a bit concerned about is when he came down on the ground and went headfirst into the padding of the basket. But hopefully, well, I say hopefully, luckily it looks like he's going to be okay. Second free throw good. 7:37 to go here in the fourth quarter. 15-point lead to Mikawa Seahorses. Quick three by Sumino. Cat, he's on fire. He's clutch, cash. Count it. Biggest lead of the game for Mikawa. 18-point cushion. Tominaga. Kibayashi hesitates. Not going to go. Good defense again by Mikawa. Feels like there's a lot of basketball. Layman's made 4 threes. Make it 5. Mikawa unconscious from downtown. I feel like everything they take in the moment is just going to go in for the Seahorses. Now Okafor finds Ramos. He's made 2 threes tonight. Foul is going to be called on the rebound, and it's on Yuki Bayashi. Well, it's just simply they came out the third quarter slow. They lost the third quarter 27-17. And they paid the price. And they do tend to have these games, LEVANGA. They're a great basketball team. They're third place for a reason. But they just get too comfortable. Well, the poorly timed alley-oop is intercepted. LEVANGA, is there time for them to make a comeback? The foul is going to be called again to Ryogo Sumino. Well, another change coming in is the starting point guard, Rei Shimatani, back into the lineup here for LEVANGA. If they're going to make a comeback, they got to do it now. Down 21. Ramos finds John Harrar and is fouled by Avi Schaffer. So free throws coming up for Harrar. Well, John Harrar, 12 points, 13 rebounds, has his double-double. Also has 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. He's the only player in the game this evening who has a double-double. Now, Devontae Gardner has 6 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Whether he gets to either a double or triple-double, I don't think it matters at this point because his team, I think more importantly, wants to pick up the victory. But nonetheless, a great team effort here from Mikawa. High screen coming. Quick three again by that man. Well, Sumino's been on fire in this game, but unable to connect. Now Kubota will try a three. Finally, the rebound falling in the hands of LEVANGA Hokkaido. Tominaga. Wow. Should be going to the free throw line for a 4-point play. A lot of contact, nothing given. How on earth did he not get the foul on that one? Kubota kicks out. Layman's made 5 threes. Ken, he's not missing tonight. 6 3-pointers for Jake Layman. In Layman's terms, he's on fire. Before getting caught in that double team. Finds Ramos. Makes a bit of space for the three. A little short for St. Papa Dwight. Well, you got to go to Layman. He's on fire. But they'll go again to him. Well, Sumino had a good look. He's missed his last 2 threes. Tominaga. Chased by defenders everywhere. And in the end, just walks into a turnover. Well, it's been a frustrating second half for LEVANGA Hokkaido, and a timeout is going to be called. These two teams will talk it over, but it is indeed a massive advantage in favor of Mikawa Seahorses. Welcome back, everybody. Live here on the island of Hokkaido in the city of Sapporo. It's currently a 19-point lead to the Mikawa Seahorses. My word, they've shot the lights out from the three-point line here in the second half. Layman so far, 5 out of 7 from downtown. Quick three by Kubota, and they all just continue to fly in. This team doesn't miss. Mikawa have caught fire. Simple as that. 14 three-point field goals for Mikawa Seahorses. Nice little penetration by Kaisho Murizumi. It only cuts it down to a 20-point deficit with over 4 minutes remaining. Layman coming off the screen. Trying to find Schaffer, but it's going to be an out of bounds. Mikawa will retain it on the baseline. Well, he's a great coach. I think every game, his team continued to meet his expectations. Layman still has it. I feel like Mikawa want to go from the three-point line. White finds Layman. 5 threes. He had to miss at some point. Ramos comes up with it. He's got John Harrar with him. Murizumi penetrates. So they've had some looks on the three-point line, but somebody's got to take it. But in the end, they turn it over. The pass from Murizumi. Going between the legs. A foul is going to be called. Well, it's a disappointing ending, of course, in how this game started, because it was back and forth between these two teams. Both of them were playing great basketball, but since the third quarter, it's just been a huge turnaround. Still time here on the shot clock. Schaffer kicks out. Kubota made his last three. Goes in a little teardrop. Banks open. Simple, clean, crisp, clean kiss off the glass. Now Shimatani will fire a three. This one's up, but it seems a little too late at the moment. I just wonder if a timeout's going to be called here by Ryan Richmond. Well, indeed it has. I think he's called this timeout because points difference matters. These two teams, they may not finish in the top three, but, if you're a wild card team, you want to make sure you win a head-to-head against a team with a similar record as you. So we'll be back in just under 1 minute from this timeout. Well, just under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Looks like it's going to be an inevitable victory for Ryan Richmond's team. They've been magnificent here in the second half. Leading by 19 points. Because where they've dominated this game in the second half has been the three-point shooting. 14 made three-point field goals. Kennedy kicks out. Make it 15. You are witnessing greatness from the three-point line from Mikawa. Incredible. 15 out of 36 from downtown. Back to a 22-point lead as Okafor gets caught in that double team by Kennedy. There's a pump fake, goes for the fadeaway. And a tough finish by Kyosuke Hoshino. But it seems like it's all a consolation here at the moment. Remember, both teams will play each other tomorrow, same time, same place. There's a penetration. A nice finish by Aaron White. 93 points in total tonight for the Seahorses. Kaishu Murizumi kicks out. Because no Tominaga, no Dwight Ramos on the floor. No Kevin Jones for that matter either. There's Okafor. Wow. How did he make that one? That was a tough play by the former first-round NBA draftee. Well, there's going to be a lot to think about for Mikawa when they meet, or excuse me, Hokkaido, when they meet tomorrow. White gets bumped. Schaffer goes in the paint, and the former Japanese national team player now puts him 5 points away from 100. Okafor got it by Schaffer, and again, double comes over. Well, they've learned how to beat the double team, and that's to give the ball up very quickly. As Teruchika Naito is able to make that one. 1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. A tough night tonight for Keisei Tominaga. Because Tominaga, 15 points though, but he was 4 out of 10 from the field. As now Toshiya Taira subbing into the game for the first time, the youngster. Yu Kibayashi has also re-entered play for LEVANGA. Because it's all good coming out with a fearless mindset. But it's the will to play for 4 quarters. And in the third quarter of play, that is where it slipped away from LEVANGA Hokkaido. White penetrates, bumps, make it 97. Well, they can still get to 100 if they can get one final good offense. Yutaro Suda sitting right next to his teammate Satoshi Nagano. Job done, but only half done because remember, they'll meet again tomorrow. Morizumi's got to think about taking this one. Tough circus shot, can't finish. Rebound by White. A three-pointer will put them to 100. They've made 15 threes so far tonight. They'll go for one final play. Well, Kennedy goes for it. Doesn't get it. Well, there you have it, fans. LEVANGA Hokkaido, they fall in defeat by 22 points against Mikawa Seahorses, who win 97-75. Well, a big dominant win tonight here for Ryan Richmond's players. A truly unbelievable victory. I mean, they were fantastic. But again, it was a three-point shooting in the end that just set these two teams daylights apart. Over 10 three-pointers made in the second half. 5 of them made in total by their leading scorer, Jake Layman. He had 25 points. He was 6 he made actually. 6 out of 8 from the three-point line. 4 players in double figures for both teams. In the case of LEVANGA, Ramos finishing with 10. John Harrar also, like Okafor, 14. Keisei Tominaga was their leading scorer, 15. Well, we mentioned Jake Layman with 25, Satoshi Nagano with 12, Yudai Nishida with 14, and Aaron White coming off the bench at 12. Well, we are going to get an interview with head coach Ryan Richmond. We'll also hear from the game's most valuable player, which I believe will be Jake Layman. And then we'll run down the best highlights here from the second half. What a finish. So it will be very interesting to see how LEVANGA Hokkaido come out tomorrow when these two teams meet. Well, the Mikawa players will now exit the building. They'll go to the changing room, as LEVANGA Hokkaido's players will just have a few moments where they'll speak with their fans. Well, as mentioned, very soon we are going to hear from Coach Ryan Richmond, because any interviews we do have will get translated into English. Well, there is KJ Kevin Jones, former Sun Rockets Shibuya player, standing with Jahil Okafor, John Harrar. Because disappointment here for how this team came out in the second half. Just not quite the ending they expected. Well, it was a good game, nonetheless, here from John Harrar. But let's listen now to Ryan Richmond.
コーチ、勝利おめでとうございます。ゲームを振り返って一言お願いいたします。
Yeah, I thought we had a good start. Second quarter, didn't really play to our identity defensively, but credit our guys did an amazing job in the second half playing defense, locking in on the game plan and playing hard, and they did that. Good win for our group.
はい、出だしはいい出だしをスタートを切ることができたと思いましたが、2クォーター目少し自分たちのアイデンティティというところでは決していい状態ではなく、ただ後半ディフェンスのところで選手たちがもう一回集中してハードにプレーして戦ってくれたので、本当にチームとしての勝利と思っています。
ありがとうございます。今日北海道を対戦するにあたって特に注意していた部分、そのようなところあれば教えてください。
Yeah. Just defense. I mean, they have explosive offensive players. We know they're a great offensive team. And for us, you know, we are moving in the direction of continuing to build our identity of a defensive team. And I thought in the second half we did a good job of that. And, you know, we got to be better tomorrow. Give ourselves a chance. We know they're going to come out hard and aggressive, and you know, we need to be better also. So we will. We'll look at the film, make our adjustments, and keep getting better. Kaizen.
はい、ディフェンスです。自分たちディフェンスに重点を置いて準備してきました。北海道さん、非常にオフェンスに長けているチームということも分かっていましたし、自分たちはアイデンティティとしてアイデンティティを積み重ねる、自分たちはアイデンティティとしてディフェンスのチームだというところもしっかりと強調してやっていこうと、試みました。後半は良かったと思います。ただ自分たちは、明日もよりよくプレーしなければなりません。北海道さん、必ず明日よりハードに戦ってくると思います。しっかりとフィルムを見て、アジャストをしてより向上してまた改善を重ねていきたいと思います。
はい、ありがとうございます。おっしゃる通り、明日もCS に向けて本当に重要な試合になると思いますので、明日に向けての抱負をもう一言お願いします。
Yeah, thank you to our fans who came. Obviously, the snow, wind, every element, they came, supported us. We felt your energy on Basket Live. We really appreciate it. Obviously, there's YouTube also. Shout out to my father who watches every game too. So, arigatou gozaimasu.
はい、お越しくださったファンの皆様、本当に風も雪も本当に強い中ですが、お越しいただき本当にありがとうございました。またバスケットライブでも本当に多くの皆様が、見てくださっていると思っています。そして YouTube を通しての応援もありがとうございます。そして自分の父もYouTube から見て応援してくれていると思いますので、本当にありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Well, there you heard from Ryan Richmond. I think he was very happy with how his team executed the game plan in the second half. And key thing there was defense. We just saw how well defensively prepared that the Mikawa Seahorses were. They came out, they rotated, they switched, they picked up, they double-teamed Jahil Okafor in the paint. Well, the question is, will they come out tomorrow and do the same? That's going to be the key question. Well, let's hear from Jake Layman now.
レイマン選手、勝利おめでとうございます。ゲームを振り返って一言お願いいたします。
Hi. First off, I just want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And yeah, arigatou gozaimasu. Great game for us today. You know, we didn't play our best basketball in the first half, but we came out in the second half and played our style of basketball, defense first, get out and run.
はい、まずありがとうございます。自分たちとしては非常にいい試合の結果になりましたが、前半決して自分たちのベストな、プレーをすることができませんでしたが、後半しっかりと私たちのスタイル、ディフェンスを重点に戦うことができたと思います。
ありがとうございます。自身25得点、そしてスリーポイントに関しては8分の6と 75% の数字、素晴らしい数字、出しましたけども、この点についてはいかがでしょうか。
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to get a rhythm today. I was in foul trouble in the first half, foul trouble during the game. But yeah, I just stayed confident, kept shooting the ball when I was open. Got hot in the second half, and my teammates, all credit to them, they just found me when I was open.
はい、非常に自分のリズムで打つことができました。前半、からまた試合を通してファウルトラブルに陥ってしまいましたが、自信を、持ち続けて、オープンであれば打つ、ボールが来れば打つという心持ちでやりました。自分が今当たっているというところを選手がチームメイトがしっかりと見つけてくれて、自分のためにプレーを作ってくれたと思っているので、チーム全体に感謝します。
ありがとうございます。本日は悪天候の中ですね、この現地に駆けつけてくれた三河のファンの皆さん、そしてライブの向こうで応援してくださっているファンの皆さんに一言、明日の試合への抱負をお願いいたします。
Yeah, thank you to all of our fans that made the trip out here to Hokkaido. Thank you to all of our fans back home watching. We appreciate you. ありがとうございます。
はい、北海道までお越しいただいたファンの方々、そしてバスケットライブ通じて見てくださっている方々、本当にいつも応援ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。勝利おめでとうございます。明日も素晴らしいプレー期待しています。
I know my kids are watching at home. Hi Isaiah, hi Mimi.
はい、自分の子供も試合を見てくれています。アイゼイやミミにありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
Well, they heard from Jake Layman, of course. Leading scorer in this game with 25 points. 6 out of 8 from the three-point line. An unbelievable shooting stat. Because 6 out of the 15 three-pointers made for his team. But now we'll take a look at the highlights from this game. And, you know, it started as an exciting encounter. It was back and forth between these two teams. Just didn't quite meet the expectations of what could have been an outstanding game. And that's down to the excellence of SEAHORSES Mikawa. Well, 32 points in the paint this evening for LEVANGA Hokkaido. They had 8 fast break points and 12 second chance points. You compare that with Mikawa. Mikawa slightly less with 34 points in the paint, but better on second chance points at 14 and 17 fast break points. Well, I think if you want to highlight another difference other than the three-point shooting was the bench production. 36 points coming from Mikawa's bench, while only 19 for LEVANGA Hokkaido. Well, both teams did finish with 4 players in double figures. Here was Jahil Okafor. Because you didn't see him get the ball too much in the paint, but the paint to now defense from Devontae Gardner making that a tough task here for Jahil Okafor. Well, Nishida started things early from the perimeter. Because he finished 3 out of 5 from downtown. Second leading scorer behind Jake Layman from Mikawa SEAHORSES with 14 points. That was his third three-pointer of the game. Well, you don't leave Nishida wide open. It's as simple as that. There was the offensive rebound by John Harrar. Now remember, he did finish with a double-double tonight. This Devontae Gardner was near triple-double numbers. Now Aaron White also finished with a double-double. He had 12 and 12. Harrar finished 14 points and 13 boards. He was Jahil Okafor. Just too big and strong against Avi Schaffer. Keisei Tominaga tonight led Hokkaido LEVANGA 15 points. There's only 2 out of 5 from the perimeter and 2 out of 5 from within inside the rainbow. 5 out of 6 from the free throw line, along with 3 assists and 2 turnovers. And there was the block by Thomas Kennedy, and Aaron White in transition, finishing the layup. Like I said, the only other player in this game, apart from that man, John Harrar, who had the double-double. That was the third 3 of the game for St. Dwight Papa Ramos. Well, that was Layman's second 3 of the game. Well, that was halftime. At that point, it was only a 4-point lead to Mikawa. But in the third quarter, it just all came crumbling down for LEVANGA. Ramos that time finding Jahil Okafor, the American Nigerian national. Well, there was Yudai Nishida again, beginning of the second half, getting it going from the perimeter. That time, Satoshi Nagano with the quick first step, just beating Rei Shimatani to the left. Because Nagano, one of the few players in double figures, and it was Layman off the bench right after his 3 fouls. Avi Schaffer coming in with the tip-in. Well, that time, Hiroto Kikuchi caught in the double team against both Ryo Sumino. Well, no, excuse me, Yoshiaki Kubota and Devontae Gardner. Gardner finding Layman in the corner, and he was on fire in the second half. Couldn't miss from downtown. Well, there was Sumino. Because Ryogo Sumino had some very good looks in the perimeter in the second half. Sumino finishing with 9, 3 out of 7 from downtown. Well, that time I felt Yoshiaki Kubota probably should have been called for a foul, and that should have been a 4-point play, in my opinion, for Keisei Tominaga. That time, Kubota penetrating to his right, just cleaning up off the bank. Well, Sumino one more time from downtown. And there you have it. It's all over at this point. A big, emphatic win for Mikawa Seahorses. 15 3-point field goals converted. 34 points inside the paint, but 36 bench points. I mean, that is huge. And in the end, they out-rebounded LEVANGA Hokkaido 41-37, but with 1 less offensive rebounds. Both teams, because doing very well from the free throw line tonight, only missing 4 free throws, but 3-point field goals, that was the difference, 15-6. And you got to think, when you convert that many 3-pointers, you would expect to be the winners of any game in any basketball league across the world. Well, there are your leading stats, and we'll take a look at the game's leading scores and other leaders in all statistical categories very soon. But like I said, both teams will meet each other tomorrow, same time, same place, here in Hokkaido, the island north of Japan, in the city of Sapporo. Well, no surprise, we mentioned Jake Layman leading scorer tonight here for the Seahorses Mikawa, the only player to get over 20 points in this matchup. But a very big win, to say the least, for them. Well, Nishida, John Harrar, Jahil Okafor, and Aaron White all finishing with 14 points apiece. So the points production was good. I mean, LEVANGA Hokkaido, if they just were able to defend a few more three-point possessions and convert a few themselves, they could have been back in this one. That's something they're going to have to think about and try to rearrange tomorrow when these two teams meet. Well, both Aaron Wright, John Harrar leading the rebound count this evening as they did finish with their respective double-doubles tonight here for both LEVANGA Hokkaido and the Mikawa SEAHORSES. Well, you'd like to see both players try and get the same accolade tomorrow to try and propel their teams for crucial wins. Well, below this, of course, you did have Dwight Ramos with 10 points. Because one of the other few scorers in this game. But then the rebound counts. Aaron White with 12 boards. Along with John Harrar. Jael Okafor was 2 rebounds away from a double-double. While Devontae Gardner was 4 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists away for a potential triple-double this evening. Because Ramos also 5 rebounds away from his double-double. Jake Layman just needed 6, but although he did finish as the game's leading scorer and also with the most 3-pointers, 6 out of 8. Well, we'll look at the assist category very soon. It was actually Jael Okafor who led in assists tonight for LEVANGA Hokkaido. Devontae Gardner. So quite interesting. Both players, the imports, the centers from the United States, leading the facilitation count tonight for both the teams. Well, it was a team effort from Mikawa. Everybody got involved in the action. The one difference was, in Layman's terms, it became Jake Layman's 3-point cookout. Dwight Ramos, like Yoshiaki Kubota, 4 assists apiece. And 3 for Satoshi Nagano. Well, there are the other games that will be taking place tomorrow and also today here in the B-League. Some exciting matchups as now we're in the second half of the 2025-26 B-League regular season. 3 Japanese teams playing in the East Asia Super League. Well, there you have it, fans. Indeed, it's all over. We will see you tomorrow for more games here in the Japanese B-League. But for now, here in Sapporo, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sayonara and ayasumi nasai.